Hello and welcome to What's Next. I'm your host Matt Brading and this week it's Games Week. We're going to be talking about all the latest news from the games industry as well as reviewing some of the latest games, and I'll be interviewing two guys who did a 24-hour gaming marathon for charity. But before that, Alex and Zoe are going to review the latest games.
One of the biggest game releases of the next year comes out next Wednesday, the 31st of October, and that is Assassin's Creed 3. The game will be coming to you on Xbox 360 and PS3. The PC release is on the 23rd of November, and on the 30th of November it comes out on the Wii U, along with a console. Assassin's Creed 3 follows the story of Connor Kenway, a young, half-English, half-Native American in his fight against the British invasion of colonial America. Connor will be required to hunt to enable him to earn money, and the sea will be open to explore as he captains a ship. One of the aspects that have changed is the free running element, to make it easier for the movement through trees and many different sorts of terrain. With the games such as cities like New York to forests and rivers, like other games, Assassin's Creed 3 runs on the Anvil Next engine, which is an evolved version of the Anvil, developed by Ubisoft in 2007. This creates a sense of stylistic familiarity, but adding a new life and texture to the game. The beauty of the game holds no bounds, but will the story live up to the hype of the graphical hype?
Predicted 77.8 kilometers to north.
Halo 4 is a long-awaited release for fans of the series and creates an emotional return of Master Chief Petty Officer John 117. Having been lost in space for 4 years, Master Chief and Cortana find themselves nearing a Forerunner planet. Cortana is on the verge of madness due to her age and also the overexposure to the Halo. The game will reveal how humanity and the UNSC have adapted in the galaxy at the end of the war with the Covenant. The gameplay is similar to the other games in terms of style, the vastness of its scope, and the scale. Though Halo fans have been wondering whether the convergence from the solo first-person shooter to a more story-driven game may or may not live up to the standard of the other Halo games.
Okay, so now we are going to do the news. Once again, we've got a table of topics, and I am joined by Alex and Zoe. So we're going to talk about some of these topics, and I'm just going to go ahead and start and pick one. So, okay, so Zynga, who are the developers of stuff like Farmville, The Ville, Adventure World, all those kind of like Facebook games that basically, really addict people to them. They're laying off 5% of their staff in Chicago. 5% of their staff across the world. They're also laying off 100 people in Chicago. They're closing Austin and Boston outright, and they might also be closing off places in the UK. So, they also timed like the announcement of this news to coincide with the Apple press conference yesterday. So it's kind of like a kind of mean thing to do is like try and slip this really bad news under the radar while everyone's focusing on Apple.
The entire of the world's media and news will be looking at that at the new iPad 3, or iPad as it's now called instead, or whatever else they're showing.
Yeah, so it wasn't great, and they also, because these are the guys that, you remember Draw Something that came out not too long ago, and it was like a massive fad for a while, and it's kind of sort of fading away now. But they bought the developers for that while they were like a couple months after the peak, and they bought them for this ridiculous sum of money. And now basically all that is a waste of money because they're losing money from having bought it. So there's a lot of bad decisions there, and like...
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be much... Oh, sorry.
No, I'm just saying, like, like you're saying, it's quite a fad, so obviously it's going to fade out eventually, so I don't think... they obviously tried to expand it, and then when everyone stopped doing it, that's when it phased out, and so that's the reason that all these jobs are getting cut and whatnot. Yeah. So,
all right. I'm now going to throw this to you, Alex.
Let's see if I can catch it. Whoa, almost. Good. Obsidian's new RPG raises almost 4 million and sets a Kickstarter record. Kickstarter is a website that encourages people to financially back a project or product of their choice. Yeah. This is usually for people who could not get funding themselves. Double Fine did one at the beginning of the year, which raised 3.3 million. It shows that if someone is willing to create a product that people desire for games, then those people are willing to pay. Sort of like saying, build it and they will come.
do you think that this step is the right direction for amateurs in any of the industry to be acknowledged?
Ah, a long topic.
It is a long topic.
So yeah, I mean, it's an interesting point having Obsidian making money on. There was a console that went through. I can't remember the exact name of it, but there was these guys that came up with a video game console that they put out on Kickstarter, and like it's going to be a new competitive console for the next generation, and it was funded through Kickstarter. So it is increasingly being used, like not just for weird indie games anymore, but like the professionals are using it as well.
Well, I think Kickstarter is a really. I do think that is the next step because that gives it stops all these remakes being made, kind of, because obviously you've got Black Ops 3, which we were talking about earlier, and like there's so many Call of Duty games out there, and they all release. They're all released within a couple of months. Well, not exactly within a couple of months of each other, but as soon as they release one, they're announcing that they're developing another one. Yeah. And people just go out and spend money on it. Whereas if people have the choice of what they want, it's like Steam with their new green flag system for indie games. So I think Kickstarter is a really good way for the industry to go forward and go on and do what they want, because it's not just games that are on there. It's, as you say, consoles, but there's also, I saw one on there actually, which was for like glasses that you could wear. So like virtual reality, that kind of style. Yeah. And I was tempted to put some money towards that, but then I thought it's probably going to be a well-off. It's going to be something like 3D TV. It's going to be a little bit faddy, and it's a bit of a waste of money. Yeah. But I do think that's the way the industry should be going. Okay.
I think Kickstarter is really interesting, and I think it might make an awesome topic for a future special week on the show, because it sort of covers everything. But that's all the time we've got to discuss news this week. Oh, okay. So we are now going to move on.
I'm Nathan Mills, I'm 18 and I study computer game design at Staffordshire University. So on October the 20th, my flatmates and I decided to kind of raise money for Children's Miracle Network Hospital, which help kids play games while they're at hospital and take their minds off cancer and all the bad diseases they could have, and we thought it was a good cause. We did really well. We raised $278, which is about £190, and we're really happy with what we raised. The games we played were Spyro 2, Gateway to Glimmer, Metal Gear Solid 1, Little Big Planet 2, and Sonic Adventures, but we also played a few horror games around midnight, such as Slender, Amnesia and SED, which to kind of keep us all awake a bit more. Personal favourite probably had to be Sonic Adventures. I never played it before, but it was an amazing game. I loved it.
So I am now joined in the studio by Nathan and Kieran, who recently completed a 24-hour gaming marathon for charity. Kind of a crazy idea. Yeah. Why don't you give us a bit of background on this?
So pretty much on October 20th to October 21st, from 8 AM till 8 AM, we did a 24-hour game marathon for Children's Miracle Network Hospital. Okay. They kind of give consoles to hospitals even, such as PS3s, Xboxes, and kind of make their time much easier and make it more relaxing for them. So we thought it was a good cause and decided to jump in. We get to play games for 24 hours, so... Yeah.
Which hurts more than you expect.
Yeah.
We're still scarred.
Can you play the games you played that night again, or have they kind of been ruined forever?
I could play. I chose to play Spyro the Dragon. Yeah. Because nostalgia. You chose.
I chose Little Big Planet and Slender.
Oh,
I'll never play Slender again. Never.
Yeah. When it hit the later marks, we started to think, oh, we'll go into horror games, which wasn't a good idea.
It was a bad idea.
No, no. And where were you doing all this?
This is at the student space. So the university were really kind and helped us set up a space. So okay. Yeah, props to them, definitely.
Was this before or after they got their big new TV?
No, we've got the big new TV though. That
awesome.
It was amazing to you.
So it was a cool setup. It just maybe went on for too long.
Yeah, too long.
Yeah. So how many of you were taking part in that?
We had 3 main.
Yeah, me, you.
Me, you, and Steve, and then we had Marcus.
About 8 or 10. 8 or 10.
I'd say 8 or 9, somewhere around there.
Okay, that's pretty cool. So you raise the money, and you are still being sponsored now, right? If people can go out and still...
Yes, people can still donate.
Okay, and where can they go to do that?
We've got a link, it's a bit.ly, so bit.ly/TheRoganites, which is our team name. So if anyone goes on there, they can donate still until mid-Christmas or mid-December, and it'll be cut off from there. So.
Okay, and when we put this up on YouTube, we'll put a link to that for you so that...
Awesome,
so that
yeah.
Well, it sounds like kind of a really cool way of raising money for charity.
It's a fun way to do it.
Yeah. And we're going to be coming back later, me and you, Nathan, to play a little bit of Little Big Planet 2, which I'm sure you've got some mixed memories on about playing it 24 hours. But before then, we are going to be taking a look at our recent trip to Eurogamer.
So, that was Eurogamer. We're now going to see a quick VT of behind the scenes with Staffs TV with about some commissions.
Hi, I'm Alex. I've been at this university for 4 years now, and I'm currently working with Staffs TV as the head of entertainment, which is my new team leader position. I've currently got 2 TV shows commissioned with Staffs TV, one being Late Night. I'm at Stafford's Lonely Hearts Club, which is a TV show based around a late night love radio station with an Alan Partridge-esque presenter, someone that's just tried to get famous and really doesn't want to be there, giving out the worst and possibly the funniest love advice to the bizarrest situations for different couples. If I'm going to be setting up a Facebook page, or you can message me personally if you have any little situations that you think will be funny that you can post up there. The other TV show I've got commissioned is Hangover TV, which the name is subject to change due to some other issues, but that is an entertainment TV show based around what's happening in and about Stafford at the different nightclubs such as Couture or Casa. And obviously I'll also include Legends and what's happening there, so the different costume events that's going to be going on. There's plenty. Actually, I don't know what the next one is, but I'll be looking for students that are interested in filming to come along and go to the events for me and film and possibly edit the VTs down, so I've got something to show as a VT of what happened for the last week. And I'll also be including drinks offers that are going on at the different nightclubs. However, obviously I will say drink responsibly. But yeah, that's me. I'm Alex, head of entertainment for Staffs TV. Looking to see you around, and hopefully you'll enjoy my TV shows that are coming.
So I'm now sat here with Nathan, and we are going to play a little bit of Little Big Planet 2, which is one of the games that you mentioned.
Yes, we played it during the marathon. So.
Yeah, and while we're doing it, we're gonna give a little sort of review. I mean, Little Big Planet 2's been out for a little while now.
It's been about a year and a half now, so
yeah,
it's been out for a pretty long time.
But I think it's still a cool game that a lot of people don't know about. So I think we should
it's definitely
talk a little bit about it. And if you want to just go ahead and maybe launch a level, we'll try.
Yeah.
It's really difficult to talk while you're playing a game. It's like the most difficult thing, but we'll do our best.
It's a challenge.
So basically, like Little Big Planet is this collection of mini games, not mini games, but they're customizable levels.
Yeah, customized levels, and it's all made in the own games creation system, so anyone can make the same levels on their own, pretty much, which is a really cool idea.
Because in the first one, you could build games, well, you could build levels, but they were all kind of the same thing. They were all kind of like platformers. Whereas in this one, you've got the ability to make different kinds of games. Like
you can go from top-down games all the way over to first-person shooters, or it's really open on your creation.
Yeah. Now we are doing kind of a little race thing at the moment. Oh. Now Nathan is the Iron Man guy, and I'm just the boring brown one. Because there's a lot of customization in this game, so even if you don't want to make levels, you can customize your characters.
There's about 1,000 customizable things for your characters, so you've got a lot to work with.
And there's a lot you can download as well to have as well. And I have Little Big Planet 1. I never got around to buying this one, but like there's a ton more stuff to do in this. I think it's really awesome. Like at the moment we've got, I don't know how much you can tell. Oh, I'm rubbish at this bit. Oh, I'm beating you a little bit.
Oh no.
Oh no, not on points though.
Oh, my points are amazing.
But yeah, so we're both doing really badly at this.
Who's better beforehand?
Yeah, we did better in the rehearsal, I think. Oh, I got it.
Yep.
So yeah, what we're doing is we're kind of racing up this level, and we've got grappling guns, so we're kind of using those to jump around, or in my case, fall off.
There we go.
And that's just one of the things that you can do in this game that wasn't really available to do in the last one, I don't think. Oh, man, I got buzzed by that.
Bit, I guess, yeah.
So, tell us a little bit about how you did this for 24 hours. Like, how did you keep it interesting?
Pretty much for this game, we played the whole of the story, so we didn't play the mini games and the other sections.
Yeah.
We pretty much just had to try to keep going as long as we can. We had about 4 of us playing at once, which is always interesting when everyone dies. Oh, is that not letting you up?
No. Oh, wait, so you have to go that way, don't you? What's going on here? There we go.
But this was probably one of the shorter games we played. It lasted about 4 hours to play during the marathon, so we kind of relied on the other games to kind of get us through.
Although, if you wanted to, you could play this game for hours on end because there's so many levels that have been made by the community.
Yeah, there's a lot. I think there's about 2 million levels that are on the servers so far.
So, you could. I mean, that's what I like about this game is once you've completed the main game, you can keep doing different levels. Now, how far off are we off the end here?
We're right at the end now, I think.
Okay, let's try and finish this.
I think I just died. There I am. That's cool.
Okay. Oh, man. No. Right. Okay. I'm determined to I didn't manage to finish in the rehearsal.
I'll wait for you.
What do I do?
Swing forward. Oh, I'm going up. No.
Okay, right. You're going without me there.
We'll go up.
You've won. You've won.
I won again. There we
Nice.
go.
So that is Little Big Planet 2. That's just like one tiny element of it, really.
There's a lot more in the game
Yeah.
to go with.
It's really difficult to cover up in this short
Oh,
space
you
of
won.
time. But there we go. So Nathan won. And
You
I
won,
lost.
actually. No, you won.
Oh, I won. How did I win?
I don't know how you won.
I won. This is
What?
like the best news ever.
I've been
Okay,
beaten.
thank you very much for watching. See you next week.